The Vancouver market is continuing its new normal. Is it a buyer's market, balanced market, or seller's market? Well, watch this video to find out. My name is Nancy Chi, your Vancouver realtor, breaking down last month, March 2026 market report. Let's see what happens this month. In this video, I'll break down the February 2026 Vancouver housing market numbers and what it actually means for you as a buyer or seller and what we could be seeing heading into the spring market. I'm wearing a sweater right now because it just started snowing this morning and it's completely freezing cold outside. Surprisingly, it's the first week of March and it's snowing. So it's amazing what global warming or the weather is doing right now, but I'm enjoying every moment of it. It's snowing really nicely and loving it so far until we have to deal with the slushy snow. But hey, that's okay too. It's just once in a while, right? Now, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss another market update that's coming up that will be relevant to you and how this will help you navigate the real estate market in the next few months. So welcome to the February 2026 market briefing. Today, we're going to break down the latest Metro Vancouver housing market data for February 2026. The biggest challenge right now isn't just understanding the numbers, it's actually understanding what they actually mean so that you can make the real decision and understanding where prices stand, where the inventory is, what it means for you, and the spring market outlook. The Vancouver market is entering into a new normal. So sales remain slower than historic averages while inventory continues to grow, but the headline story is stabilization, not crisis. After a major adjustment period, Metro Vancouver real estate is recalibrating supply and demand without dramatic price swings. So there's slower activity. So February transaction numbers remain below typical seasonal averages and reflecting ongoing buyer caution in higher rate environments. So in February 2026, the benchmark price is about $1.1 million, which is actually the same compared to last month. That hasn't actually changed too much. That means prices are stabilizing a little bit. In terms of homes for sale, we have about 1,648 homes that have sold and 4,734 new listings on the market and about 13,545 active listings. The benchmark price actually have dropped about 6.8% since last year, and it's currently at $1.1 million. As you can see from February 2025, it's actually dropped, until December 2025, and it's currently stabilized month to month from December, January, and February. So it's actually a really good sign. We're not seeing that steep drop anymore. So it could be signaling that it may be the bottom. Who knows? Are we in a buyer's market? So let's take a look. Sales to active ratio right now is about 12.6% over the board. So what that means is we're using the averages for detached townhomes and condos, but we got to look at it from each segment because the price ranges are so different, right? So it's hard to just look at that one number and determine whether it is a buyer's or seller's market. So if we're looking at just the number itself, when it is a seller's market, that means the percentage is over 20%. When it is a balanced market, it's between 12 to 20%. And when it is a buyer's market, is below 12% threshold. So when we're at about 12.6% as a whole, including detached condos and townhomes, that means we are in between a buyer's and a balanced market, but closer to the buyer side. So when I see this, that means certain areas are thriving, certain areas are selling well, but the other, some areas that are a little bit slower are bringing down the average as a whole. So there are still activities, there are still people buying, there are still people looking for homes. So it's a really good sign that, in general right now we are in a balanced market, but closer to a buyer's market. So it really depends on the property that you're looking at. So this is more of a detailed look. Tell you what sector, townhomes, detached, or condos is in a balanced market or seller's market. So where the white line is here, the white row, this is showing that it's a balanced market. So it's a really great sign that February actually was a really good market for us. We saw an increase of sales. So in terms of condos and townhomes, we're in the balanced market. And for detached, we are still in the buyer's market. But again, it depends on the price ranges. So anything under $1.8 million, it is still quite active, I would say. So we are not yet in a seller's market in any of the segments. So we are hoping that this will be a great start to the potential spring market that we're going to have, because last year we didn't get a spring market. Last year, everyone was hoping, hey, maybe in February, maybe in March, maybe after spring break, the market is going to go up. But as you can see, we kind of just stabilized here. Although it's showing that, we were still a lot higher in terms of sales compared to this year, but we were expecting it to jump like the year before, right? So we were hoping that it was stabilizing and dropping, and we were all hoping that it's going to jump up the hill like this. But instead, it kind of slowly went down. As I said in previous month, the detached market has been the slowest segment, right? So the benchmark price right now is about $1.84 million. It's gone down 8.8% year over year, and the days on market is about 49 days on market. So it takes about 1.5 months to sell, but oftentimes these listings are being relisted, right? So they may have been on the market for a year or 2 years, and because they've been relisted at a lower price, then they're able to sell a little bit faster with the new lower price listing. The sales to active ratio right now is about 8.5%. So I want to show you this snapshot here just to compare the numbers from this month to January and what that actually looks like. So there has been a little bit of an increase in active listings, but look at the increase in the sales for Metro Vancouver. The listing has increased, but so did the sales. And what that's telling me is that sellers now have actually dropped their listing price from before, and that's what's contributing in the number of sales and the shorter days on market, and the benchmark price is lower. So compared to last year, the prices, as you can see, have gone down 8.8% and even gone down since January. But what's interesting is that it's creating sales. In terms of townhomes are showing the most resilience, right? The benchmark price right now is about $1,046,000, and sales have gone up actually 7.8%, and the sales to active listing is about 17.4%. So it's definitely in a balanced market, close to a seller's market. So why townhomes outperform in a slow market is because there's more space than condos. There's a lot more space, more outdoor space, there's more storage space, there's more bedrooms, so it's great for upsizers. It's a lower price point than detached, so for somebody that wants to feel like they're living in a house without having to pay the price tag of living in a house, that's a really good sign. And it has the strongest resale demand. So meaning even in a slow market, it is able to sell at a decent number without prices dropping so much, and the days on market is a lot lower. So this is a snapshot from February to January this year and also last year. So there's been an increase, a little bit of an increase in listings from 1,623 to 1,700 new listings. But look at the sales here. There's a lot more sales activity compared to listing activity, and the days on market has dropped. So I think this is showing the same pattern as the detached homes. So people are relisting their home at a lower price, which is contributing to the quicker sale and the price drop. Last year's benchmark price homes is about 1.1 million, and this year it's gone down about 5.6%. And from January to February this year, the numbers has been kind of stabilizing at about the same price. So as you can see from this data, from last year, the active listings here is a lot lower, so 200 units below what the current listings are like, but the sales have remained the same, right? So more supply and similar demand. The condo market has taken the biggest hit throughout this whole period. And as you can see on this graph here, from February 2025, from last year, it's gone down in price and it's been a rolling downhill. And in January and February, it's actually bounced back a little bit. It's gone up about 0.5% month to month. That's an amazing sign because that's telling us the market may be recovering. The condo segment is the first to recover whenever there's a bounce back in the market. And I would say the homes that are selling right now in this segment are homes that are in the first-time homebuyer entry price point, around $700,000 to $800,000 for one-bedroom homes. And for the 2 to 3 bedroom homes, the homes that are selling are the ones that show really well and price really sharply. The luxury market are still moving, but the sales are a lot slower in those areas. So look at these numbers. The February sales has gone up quite a bit from January. It's a really good sign. And I love seeing these numbers come up, right? The amount of active listings that are on the market and the amount of sales is very similar in terms of numbers. So it's a good sign. That means there's not much of a difference. In terms of the interest rates are stabilizing. So the Bank of Canada policy rate is about 2.25% after aggressive hikes down in 2023 and 2024. And the prime lending rate right now is about 4.45%. Some experts are suggesting that the interest rates may actually go down this year, which is going to drive the market even more. For buyers, this environment offers something we haven't seen in so many years. We have more inventory, more time to make decisions, and more negotiating power. Wouldn't you want that? But here's the important part. When the rate drops, competition can return quickly. So many buyers right now are preparing ahead of the spring market. If you are thinking about making a move in the next 1 to 2 years, it is a good time to start preparing for that and understand the process and what it means for you to get into the market. And for sellers, homes are still selling, so don't lose hope. But the rules have changed. You do have to make sure that you are priced correctly from day one and that your home is marketed properly. Hiring the right agent to help sell your property is so important right now. Is this person using AI to its advantage? Are they using social media to market your home? What other out-of-the-box strategies are they doing to sell your property? It's a really good question to ask that realtor when you're interviewing them, when you're thinking about selling. It's so important to list your property properly from day one. The number is so important. If we overprice the listing, it's gonna sit on the market. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in Vancouver market this year, the most important thing is understanding how this shifting market is impacting your specific situation. If you like a custom market analysis for your neighborhood or property type, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help you navigate the Vancouver market with clear strategy and real data. Thank you so much for watching.